This ain't my business, but I just...
Manumission Negroes to the table.
What is that, for those who don't know?
Meritorious manumission, when you go look it up, it represents the original sellout. These are the initial Negroes in the 1700s that were influenced by their white oppressors, their masters, and their overseers to sell out revolutions. And if they heard about a brother or sister trying to escape, they were rewarded for letting boss know that some brothers and sisters were trying to escape. Hence the term meritorious manumission. And sometimes they were rewarded with some food, and ultimately, if they did a real good job, they would be rewarded with their freedom. So these were the initial snitchers, the initial sellout Uncle Toms. And so yesterday, this is what went down, and it was over a vote dealing with an open container law. And if you don't know what an open container is, that is if you pour liquor in a cup or if you have a beer bottle and you're riding around in a car or walking around, that's illegal. That's illegal. And so Councilwoman Tabitha Taylor, as we are preparing for the launch of the greatest economic development initiative in the history of African Americans in Caddo Parish, Shreveport, Louisiana, which is the G-Unit, launching of G-Unit film studios, television studios. This is now going down August the 8th through the 10th, and in preparation of the activities that they will have downtown, Councilwoman Tabitha Taylor said, let me author some legislation for an open container so that when you guys come down, and let's just say y'all are at 50 Cent's event, but you all want to walk next door to the Red River district, and you have an open container, you author the legislation so that now the police won't harass and or arrest you.
Right.
Okay, I got a quick question before you go on. Don't you forget. I thought in the Red River District downtown now you can have your drink outside the club. Because now they let you, if you downtown Shreveport, Texas Street, under the bridge, wherever downtown, you coming out of club, they let you bring your drinks out the club now. That's every club downtown. At first they would, you cannot take your drink out no club. But now you can have drinks outside on the sidewalk downtown. It's been like that for like a year now.
So
not a year.
It ain't been no year. You sure it ain't been no year, Pac-Man?
Been close to a year.
You sure?
I would have to check that, Brother Pat. But this ordinance would have allowed, if you were not in the Red River District, but let's say you were at the hotel or you were at 50 Cent's event. This would have allowed you in a 4-block area to take your drinks in a 4-block area, whether you were in the Red River District or not.
Right.
Okay? That's what this legislation was proposed to do. So that now if Pac-Man is downtown, and he's out of the district, let's just say what he's saying is correct, and he's now going next door to the Stage Works where 50 Cents, they will be set up. This would now allow Pac-Man to not be harassed and or arrested because he's now outside of the Red River Entertainment
District. Yeah.
Which, let's for clarification, it ain't a goddamn entertainment district. It's a glorified food court. It's a goddamn glorified food court that was called an entertainment district in the late 90s. And they did this in a failed marketing plan that never took shape. And what they didn't understand back in the 90s when John Elkington, he came in from Memphis, he's the developer for the revitalized Memphis Beale Street Economic Development Project.
And they brought him here. They brought the same thing.
Yeah, they brought him in to basically develop this area. Now, what y'all don't know about the Red River Entertainment District, he got a $25 million loan from the government to build that and never paid any goddamn money back. Now, everybody on this panel, we would have been in jail.
Right.
What? Clink, clink. Michael Williams. They locked him up. And he didn't even take nothing, but they locked him up.
Damn. So, never paid any money back. It was a failed concept to begin with. And so we got that particular part because the concept of what they were trying to do, they were trying to get the wholesome Mayberry white family to come downtown. And if you understand the demographics of people who go out downtown, after white folks leave their jobs downtown Shreveport,
They don't go back?
they don't go back.
Right.
So who goes out in droves downtown?
Niggas.
Black people.
Negroes. Typically younger, and when they had Club Maples open, we used to be down there. But you know, you
They don't know.
really-
They
So
don't know
you
about that.
saying that initially the Red River District was not meant
Hell
to
no.
be for black
Hell
people.
no, sir. They had the original restaurants down there. They had a MacArthur's. They had a restaurant called Meatballs. They had several more, but the target audience was supposed to be white families. That's what they wanted. But they called it, they called it an entertainment district. So now when you call it an entertainment district, guess who gonna show up? Us.
Right.
Who are the
You trying to get
entertainers on
entertained,
earth?
shit. Oh, you
Yeah.
not entertained?
So the biggest first weekend, and it's kind of ironic that this is happening now, because their biggest first weekend was when Grambling State University played Arkansas Pine Bluff for probably the last Red River Classic, legitimate classic that we had. And it was about 20-some thousand African Americans in that district. But guess what? They weren't going to MacArthur's. They weren't going to Meatballs. They were waiting on the damn entertainment.
Yeah, they don't want that shit.
Yeah, because it was never an entertainment district. It was a food court.
Right.
Okay? And so now what ends up happening? They don't want that target audience down there. So the following weekend, under the mayor, Keith Hightower, they had heavy police presence. They put snipers on the roof. And then for you to get, now you're outside now, but to get in outside, you have to pay $5. And from that point to now, ain't nothing ever worked at the Red River District.
That's insane.
Okay, so that's why nothing is there. They only have 2 businesses open right now. That's Cassandra's and Fatty Arbuckle's. Even Nikki's is closed.
Yes.
Okay, so you got white supremacy racism. You got white supremacy racism going on because they don't want a certain target audience. Okay. But then the other piece is that the goddamn rent is too damn high. They're charging too much. My soul nephew, Damien, when his dad, Orlando Chapman, first opened up after Pete Harris shut down,
Orlando.
they were charging Orlando $4,000 a month for the space that if you go down there now, it'll say Cohab. But that used to be the space for Meatballs, the restaurant called Meatballs. They didn't last but a few months.
The traffic don't match this.
Exactly. But the white folks in Shreveport and Bossier don't care because we'll talk about the boardwalk as well. So what ends up happening, Orlando had this lease that was $4,000 a month for about the first year or 2 years. After year 2, then guess what price it ballooned up to?
They're not blown up to nothing. What?
$16,000 a month.
Outrageous.
God damn.
$16,000 a month. So that's why Orlando had to close and open up where? On Monk House. So nothing had been down there after Orlando shut down They tried to do a makeup kitchen, a pop-up like kitchen. So Sherry's restaurant tried to come. They tried to do several things, but nothing works. Nothing works there. Okay? So now you have 50 Cent, who has now come in to make a significant multi-million-dollar investment, not only into the film studio, television studio, but also in the acquisition of commercial and residential property. He's already acquired over $2 million. And so August the 8th through the 10th, the Humor and Harmony Festival is supposed to be the launching of goddamn G-Unit Studios in Shreveport Cattle. But the white folks, since 50 Cent has basically been meeting with Councilwoman Tabitha Taylor, Councilman James Green, that's the relationship, because they have a relationship with the people who brought 50 Cent in, which is Orville Hall. So you got Anthony Montgomery, Cassandra Montgomery, Shalette Holden. That's where the relationship is with Orville Hall. Orville Hall and that team is responsible for selling Curtis 50 Cent Jackson on coming to Shreveport. So Tabitha and James, they have the best relationship. And so it doesn't matter who has the best relationship. If it's going to benefit Shreveport, it's supposed to be all good.
Feel me? Yeah.
But when you have token Negroes and you have jealous white folks, now you have a situation where individuals will try to do shakedowns, and they try to now create obstacles that shouldn't be created. And that's what we saw on yesterday, which they created an obstacle to now protest against the damn open container order.
I know
So
that.
look, I talked to a few different people today myself.
Yes, sir.
And I was hearing that basically there was a piece of legislation that this legislation that got voted down wasn't even the initial legislation.
Come on.
There was a legislation put forth, and basically it was said that it wouldn't be workable for certain reasons. So therefore, a number of people were consulted.
Yes, sir.
Including the police chief.
Yes, sir.
The sheriff.
Yes, sir.
Some city officials. Spar, right. And they all came together,
yes, sir,
with a plan that they considered workable. They had a security plan, yes, in place. The chief supposedly okayed it.
The city attorney
okayed it. So therefore, in my opinion, that if that was already in place, then you can't blame security. You can't say it's a security matter to why we can't do A, B, and C, right?
Yeah.
So I want to know if all of this was already okay by certain people, and if certain, because I'm just gonna put it out there, I heard also that certain council members were consulted as well, and they were okay with it until last minute.
Yeah.
You know, and if you go watch the work session,
that's all you gotta do.
Nobody had any question. Nobody, had those concerns all of a sudden that has popped up now. So I wanna know, like, if that's the case and all of these measures were already in place, then why did we have people like the chief and certain council members get up there and act as if this was going to be such a major problem that they could not deal with or foresee, like the issues that could come with it? Especially being that this isn't even the biggest event that goes on inside of Shreveport.
Exactly. So there are two words that I want you guys on this panel and your audience to always remember. Political theater. Political theater. What you see in front of the camera is political theater. So they have to lie. They're theatrically performing. Like, oh, I ain't know that. It's already been rehearsed. And that's what you saw on yesterday, Robert. You got people who have issues, ego issues, status issues, money shakedown issues. This is politics. Most people, they want to keep this from grassroots people because when grassroots people finally learn, like, oh, y'all ain't upstanding, y'all just trash. Y'all are actually working. Most of the stuff that, I'm going to tell y'all like this, because a lot of y'all have been in the street, in the dope game and whatnot.
But they haven't. I'm the only one that have.
I'm saying audience, the whole nine.
But yeah, my audience loves drug. I mean, yeah.
Let me tell y'all something. This political game
It's worse.
is worse than the dope game. Because these sellouts, white supremacists, racists, Uncle Toms, they will use drug dealers, prostitutes, preachers, children, elderly, handicapped. They don't give a damn who they use.
They don't.
And that's why the grassroots has to get involved in the process. But based on what they do, if you did what they do in the street,
you would be in jail.
No, sir. No, you'd be dead.
So do you feel like what if he ain't want to, one of them ain't want to pass it because it wasn't their idea, or what if the idea would have came from a council member of a different ethnic group? Would it have been passed then?
You goddamn right it would have been passed because the bond just goddamn passed. You see? Yeah. And another part of what's going on, Arsenal can appear to be in favor of 50 and against 50 at the same time by using two Negro pawns to do his bidding.
Another thing, I feel like, what if they feel like we got to do this to show 50 Cent that he ain't gonna always get everything he wants?
So let's think about that. So let's. I like that. So I like that. So let's think about that. What goddamn economic development project do they have? Not a goddamn thing.
They damn sure ain't presented now.
Okay, Ursula ain't got a damn economic development project or projects. Allen ain't got one. Gary Brooks damn sure ain't got one. Now, he does a good job of getting people killed at that damn Ants nightclub, that damn hole in the wall, trash ass club. He does a great job of fostering a criminal environment where you've had several people to get killed there. But even at his upscale white club called The Cub, people get killed at that goddamn place. He ain't got an economic...
So public safety ain't his field, no way.
It ain't his guy. He don't never need to say nothing about no damn public safety. Okay? So at the end of the day, he ain't got an economic development plan. Grayson Boucher, Project 2025 Donald Trump guy, he ain't got no...
Oh, yeah, I don't mean to interrupt you, but say, big fella, remember you said these white people ain't out here beating up each other side the head? Them was white people at the club, right?
Yes, sir.
This happening, big fella.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir. That, at the beginning, when Gary Brooks was elected in 2022, to start off 2023, there was a murder on his property over there by the Cub off of Kings and Uri. And I texted him and I said, welcome to politics. Welcome to politics. So he can't say a goddamn thing. And last I checked, he's the same white supremacist pretending to be a Democrat who is a Republican who ends up getting Shanerica Fleming fired. Same two white folks that roll with him, Grayson Boucher and Jim Telefero. They talk, oh, we're Christian, we pray, and then they go do their white supremacy. But in order to do it, you got to have some Negroes rolling with you.
Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, I heard after this situation, I heard that he was still just loosely slanging around that.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know?
Yes, sir. That's how he rolls.
I know he ain't.
Yes, sir.
That man, he
yes, he did.
He believes he's clever. He believes he's clever.
So he an habitual anywhere.
Oh, yes, sir.
Speaker.
He believes he's clever, and see, by him being around Negroes who don't know how this really works, he believes he has the advantage, but I have no problem putting him in check. So what you have, Hootie, is a situation where political theater is going on, and they get up and they posture and they say these things, but they already knew that there was a security plan in place, because like Robert said, that plan was not the original plan. It was modified with the assistance of the city attorney, with Shelley Regal from SPAR, with the police department, the sheriff. It was done, all of that, to now have this contained in a 4-block area that didn't come across the Spring Street, because that's a state highway. Mm-hmm. And so needless to say, they were going to contain it, where now if you guys go down in the district and you have a drink and you want to walk from one place to another, police can't come mess with you or arrest you. That's the point of the ordinance. And then Tabitha and James did such a great job on yesterday, because they let it be known. Since 2010, the same legislation has been passed unanimously. That means 7-0 vote.
Can you speak on some of these other events that they passed legislation for?
Yeah. The number one is the good event called Marti Gras. Marti Gras with hundreds of thousands of people.
Yeah, and I see a lot of people getting arrested at Marti Gras, though.
Yeah.
It be more white people getting arrested.
But they have open container, though.
Yeah, I be seeing them getting arrested for other stuff.
Yeah, but but they have open container. And today, we drove from downtown all the way over to Shreveport, Barksdale. That's approximately 5 miles. So when you drive there and drive back, you're talking about 10 miles that the police department, the law enforcement people would have to secure, and it's a whole area of 10 miles with open containers.
Hold on, you talking about 10 miles versus 4 blocks?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And they can secure 10 miles, but they can't secure 4 blocks?
Exactly. That's what they brought up yesterday.
Man, y'all shredded.
I know that's right.
So how in the hell can you secure 10 miles
But can't secure 4 blocks.
but you can't secure 4 blocks? And then Grayson Boucher said, well, I think it would be harder to secure 4 blocks
Then to secure
than 10 miles.
Yeah, that's, Butcher, he good with alternative facts and shit like that, you know what I'm saying?
So what this all gets down to is Gary Brooks thought Tabitha Taylor was being invited to city meetings without him. And so his ego that got in the way, didn't know that wasn't what was going on. But here's the thing, Robert. Tabitha's district is, like, if you look at Clyde Fant Parkway, she has the east side of Clyde Fant with the boats. District B starts in the west side. Okay. Well, Gary Brooks is supposed to be working with Tabitha Taylor because, again, this is the largest economic development project in the history of African Americans in Shreveport, and one of the largest, period. It can go down with a couple of right TV shows, couple of movies being made. It could go down as the greatest economic development project in the history of Shreveport, Caddo, Northwest Louisiana. So instead of trying to create obstacles for the launch, guess what he's supposed to be doing? Helping it roll.
I got a question for you. Like, when it comes to, like, the council members and stuff, like, I was just thinking in my head, like, what if, like, like y'all said, they was on board at first. What if they be like, yeah, I'm acting like I'm on board at first, but when it come down to the vote, I'm gonna make you look bad in order to further myself in, like, the next level.
They got that goes on.
When I try to run for the next
that
level.
That goes on. That's a part of the political theater. That goes on. That's a backdoor move. That does happen. And that's why I want the audience to know there's a lot of trickery. That's why you got to get rid of all sellouts.
So you don't feel like there were no good faith arguments that was being
No
had?
good faith. Yeah, none. None of what they brought up was a good faith argument because you've had over 200 pieces of legislation passed.
Right. Yeah.
You still ain't got it right?
Yeah,
No, they suspended these rules.
They
over
suspended
200 times.
exactly.
Yeah.
So with a larger amount of people.
Right.
Okay. Oh, but the majority of them were what?
Oh,
White.
okay.
The majority of them were.
And this ain't no any type of event. You know these people finna get buck wild at this event that they let pass through Marti Gras. You know what happened in Marti Gras.
Exactly. You already know.
You know they do it Marti Gras.
Man, I can't even get to Walmart when they do that.
Yeah, exactly. You can't get to Walmart.
Like, I can't even get to my house.
Yeah.
Like when I stayed out there when they had Marti Gras.
That's what my partner said today when he was driving with me in the vehicle.
Yeah.
And so that's what this is. And so what ends up happening, they used Wayne Smith as a prop. He was played as a pawn in their game yesterday. So he had to come up in him and Hall. And I'm telling you that Councilman James Green had him hemmed up so cold-blooded.
Something tight.
Oh, he was tight. Because he was just asking basic questions. And so he couldn't answer the question.
So let me ask, in Shreveport, Louisiana, is it still illegal for black people to have fun in public?
Yeah. In essence.
You know, because it seems like, we got different rules. It's rules for them and rules
Exactly.
for us. Like, when a event is primarily targeted at us, it seems like we got a set of rules that we don't have to abide by. And when it's primarily targeted for white people, then they got a set of rules that tend to be way more lax.
You know what it is, man? I'm gonna compare it to how I am with my kids sometimes. I hate to see them just have too much fun. They don't want to see a nigga have too much fun. You can enjoy yourself a little bit, but when it comes to just having a
Too much fun?
it ain't having it.
But I got a question though, Craig.
Yeah.
In
I thought we was on Friday when he said
in some of these instances, right? You got to say that we brought that on ourselves.
bullshit.
Hold on.
Give me a perspective.
With the way niggas act in public. Mm-hmm. Just think, I'm just like Pac-Man. Like let's just be real. Mm-hmm. If we could have a month straight, right? Mm-hmm. Where every club but I ain't gonna say every club, but all the clubs open, city popping, month straight, every weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, without no incidents at none of them clubs. You actually think that they'll really be tripping about what's going on down there? You have to think, for every action is a what?
Well, let me ask you, what city
don't?
Does that go on? And on top of that, like, we over exaggerate what actually do go down at our clubs and shit. Like,
we over exaggerated. How we over exaggerate what go down when they record it?
What you mean? Like, all right, let's be real. I'm a club goer.
Yeah.
So I'm finna be all the way honest right now. Mm-hmm. I'm a club goer. I've never been. I ain't gonna say never been. Most of the time I'm in the club.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Yeah.
So, like, and that's why I say people over exaggerate what goes on.
Yeah.
In these clubs, like I've seen plenty upstanding people in these clubs, and they can attest to it as well. Yeah. And most of the time, majority of the time, nothing happens.
And I'm gonna give you some input on that. And most of the time, something happen. It ain't the regular club goer. It's somebody who's just coming out. It's like ain't the person that frequents those places.
Yeah.
Right. It's somebody that's they out for. They might got a little funds this time they usually don't have. You know what I'm saying? So they go in the club and they cause hell. And them and some other person already have some type of issue.
Domestic issue.
Right,
and going
they bring it on. Yeah, and they bring it out into the public.
Yeah. What about at the sandbar though, my brother?
Hey, bro, the same brother
niggas.
They don't just whoop niggas. They whoop Caucasians too. They whoop whoever come in.
They have fights down there. They have stabbings. They have murders outside of the sandbar.
And did I tell you I got some of that on video?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. They have murders.
My
boy got stabbed out. He was Caucasian.
Yeah, hey, they have murders. They have all of that there. And so what ends up happening, that doesn't get as much traction. And then the other thing about this, what's so funny about this is, Councilman Alan Jackson is not a native of Shreveport.
He's from New Orleans?
He's from where? Say it again.
Orleans.
He's from goddamn New Orleans. Well, guess who has a everyday 24/7 open container?
New Orleans.
You damn right. So let's think about this. You can walk on Bourbon right now throughout the quarters, open container. So you have an understanding of what this is. And so out of millions of people that come to Bourbon Street every goddamn other month, probably every month, you don't have a large scale issue of that. You'll have some drunkenness, but you're gonna have that at any park. So you got white entities that can act up, you got Negroes that can act up. You don't now favor, especially on the launch of an economic development initiative, you don't now hamper that launch based on you trying to play identity politics and political theater with something this serious. That's the point. And Gary Brooks ain't bringing no economic development to the table.
He just want to take people's styles.
Do you think they're more concerned with keeping that foot on somebody than they are actually bringing real revenue to the city? Like, are they killing the city because they want?
I'm glad
they want to put their importance over.
I'm glad you asked that question. All you got to do is go to the Red River District, and all you got to do is go over the bridge to the boardwalk. You ain't got no businesses. Ain't number 2 businesses in the Red River District. That's Cassandra's and Fatty Arbuckle's. And then in the boardwalk, the young lady told me today they only have about 10 businesses. Brother, that's supposed to be over 200 businesses in that.
Watching this, she said they all gone.
But you gotta understand,
they all gone.
What stores made the boardwalk boom? Stores that who went to? Black people.
Yeah,
and they told us we can wear our hat backwards.
So, you know what I mean?
They had some stringent rules.
Yeah, it had some hell of a rules.
They had some stringent rules. But the real reason that the stores shut down is because the rent is too goddamn high. I mean, the rent is too high. That's what I was telling you about Orlando. Meatballs, the restaurant Meatballs that was in the space where Orlando's opened up Brothers, they couldn't eat, and they were white.
So, look, if they gonna have the rent they had, like, do they understand it? You gotta be in some goddamn well.
They're
like,
capitalists.
Like, okay, so you gonna have, but let's say you gonna overprice on the rent, right? Why would you make the environment one of to where it's so stringent, like you can't. Why wouldn't it be an open container?
White supremacy.
Yeah, so you want to control everything. You don't want nobody to have no fun, and you want to overprice, and you think somehow, some miraculous way, you're gonna make revenue. I don't understand.
It's retarded. And you saw the number 1 patrons in the Red River District. You saw that today, right?
I didn't see it.
They were homeless.
And they wonder why people leaving the city.
They were homeless. There were more homeless people in the Red River District
Than it is anything.
than any customers or employees. And if you can't keep Nicky's open,
Something wrong.
something wrong.
Cause niggas love they dollar margaritas.
Yeah, that's insane.
That is what we're dealing with. And so you got to get people who are going to put Shreveport cattle first. And they got to be grassroots people, because grassroots people are the only people that's going to care about the majority of grassroots people. So this is a war between grassroots people, whether they be African descendants, so-called Indians, Native American, Latino, Asian, subcontinent Asian, and Caucasian. The grassroots people on that side versus the bourgeoisie, pseudo-bourgeoisie, plutocrats, those upper echelon elites. And I don't care if they are so-called white or Negro or Latino. This is a war against grassroots and these entities. And what our people got to stop doing is believing that just because somebody is in the same fraternity with you,
don't mean they for you.
You damn right. They can go to your church. They could be your relative. They could be your classmate. If they are not about the business of the liberation, empowerment, upliftment, and advancement,
and don't forget economic growth.
That all goes into the empowerment.
Yeah. All right.
The spiritual, the cultural, the educational, the economic, the social, and the political. If they're not about that, then they ain't about grassroots people, then they ain't about the city of Shreveport, and they ain't goddamn sure ain't about the parish of Caddo.
Right. So let me say this, and this basically is exactly what he just said. So if somebody can be cool, they can be cool people. They can be fun to hang around. You know, they can be nice people. They can be giving people. They can do all the things that you may think is a nice person. But when they get up on that horseshoe,
come on,
if they not about the business of the liberation of our black people, then we gotta stop giving them power.
Period.
Because we'll never be able to move forward in a progressive manner if we continue to vote for people who are continuously selling us out for either political gain or monetary gain.
Exactly.
That's right.
That's just the bottom line. And then you're used as pawns by the white power structure. Like I said, in this particular instance, Alan and Ursula are being used as pawns by Tom Arsenault, so Tom don't have to do anything other than sit back and smile.
Like, I got a question. Why is it that Tom Arsenault is able to do all the things that Adrian Perkins was trying to do?
Exactly. Because he's white.
Well, what the hell he at anyway? I don't
He
never seen him.
around. I see him all the time.
Adrian? Yeah,
Not Adrian. I'm talking about
Tom?
Yeah.
He's here. He's around. He does his appearances.
Oh, I know. I know a couple sex workers that know him.
Nah.
No, who, Tom?
We ain't go down my brother.
You for real?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's why my boy DJ Goldie been wanting to come on.
Damn.
Oh my
Is
God.
that right?
Damn.
Oh, Lord.
I can't speak to that.
Yeah, me either.
I
can't. Yeah.
I got it from the horse's mouth, and he ready to sit down.
That's PTB, ugly man.
What he said? What he said,
opinion.
ugly
What
man?
he said?
Yeah.
His exact word, shorty. You know, we go way back. I've been doing this, man, since I was like 17, 18, 19, 20. Every politician, every preacher, every police officer that ever bought some Pinocchio.
Damn.
You know, I know him. I'm like, yeah, because he always had the strippers. He always threw the best parties, but his strippers.
He got it confused. That what Uncle Clifford said on the valley, but that ain't that man said. That what Uncle Clifford
Said what?
said.
What Uncle Clifford said?
Everything you just said.
No, nigga, no. Like, this real
You
talk.
think about P Valley, man.
No, this real. All right, boom. What I'm going to do is,
Damn.
what I'm going to do, I can call him right now.
Call him.
Damn.
You said Tom Arsenault, man.
Yeah, I'm finna call.
You got
Watch this.
proof?
Listen, watch.
Damn.
Yeah, well, Kyle, we gonna find out.
If you ain't got proof, that's defamation.
Man, boy, stop
motherfucker.
playing with me.
So, cause
Y'all
I
can
know.
finish talking. I'm finna get his number.
Yeah, go on down to that. So, cause look, I know since 50 came in, I was seeing. I ain't gonna even mention who the name of the page is, cause I'm so sick of they ass.
Yeah.
But I was seeing that a lot of, I'm gonna say, Caucasian people were legitimately, like, not legitimately, it's illegitimately upset that the city was doing business with 50 Cent.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So, do you think that things like this is a way that white supremacists like Gary Butcher are able to, placate to their base.
There you go. You absolutely you hit it. So now we're dealing with the political theater and pandering to their audience. So the answer is absolutely correct. Again, but they don't have any economic development initiative to supplant what is now going on and what can go on within this dynamic. Period. Grayson Boucher is in his last term.
Yeah, Grayson. I call him Gary.
He's in his last term. He's in his last term on the council and no economic development.
What his name is?
Grayson Boucher.
So he a lame duck and he still ain't trying to push nothing.
Well, they have no ideas. They have no thoughts. See, think about it. If you represent a district that is financially set and the business owners and the real economic people are already making that happen, what the hell do you have to do other than just sit your ass up there and vote on what they want you to vote on? Mm-hmm. See, their job, Grayson Butcher's job and Telefero's job is to keep economic development from happening in the black community. Now ask the question.
What's the question?
What's the question you're supposed to ask? I just told you their job is to keep economic development.
How?
Why?
Why?
Because economic development brings about political power.
Right. That makes 1,000% sense.
And they don't want to lose their power.
They don't want to lose the power.
Right. Well, hell, I thought they were supposed to be de-annexing anyway. Why won't they kill their ass?
I don't want them to leave until they sign a deal to pay the city $20 billion.
Yeah.
They signed a deal and say, we'll give y'all $20 billion. Kill y'all ass.
Oh, yeah, they got to pay because we built them up.
Yeah, you damn right.
Yeah.
$20 billion. Southeast Shreveport, if you want to de-annex, $20 billion.
Yeah.
And then you can bounce. Because we can attract a lot of people. We can attract a lot of people.
With $20 billion.
With $20 billion.
So do we get to get some of that money?
We would have all of the money.
Hey, how many signatures we need?
Think about it. If we got $20 billion, we can put $10 billion up for the whole infrastructure, help everything in the city, put the other 10 in escrow, and leverage another $100 billion. That's what we could do. So I want them to bounce. I'm with them. Bounce. But you ain't gonna bounce for free though.
So do you feel like there are things that Alan and Ursula could do to, basically, for lack of better terms, get back in good graces with the black community?
Hell no.
Hold on. You talking about the dude from New Orleans, Alan?
Yeah.
But look, this is the thing though. And, y'all already know.
Yeah.
Like I be trying to be as more understanding everybody's point of view.
Yeah.
But that dude, Alan, he's the chairman, right?
Yeah.
Right.
He sit at the top.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I'm trying to figure out, he sat here at our table. Well, not even on the while we was filming, when we wasn't filming, he was making hey yo, y'all is the future, whoop whoop, y'all is the spot, this is a safe spot for politicians and everybody.
I said that, but
you said that?
Yeah, but I got you.
Well, somebody, well, we didn't put me out because one of y'all said anyway, whatever.
Nah, but keep going.
Yeah.
Nah, you was saying
So you
what
saying
you
he
saying.
sold Pac-Man shit? That's what you
Say
saying?
what you was saying. All right, because
No, I
look,
wasn't saying he sold Pac-Man.
Nah, because look, I got a relationship with Ursula, you know what I'm saying? And, I would say my relationship with Alan is pretty decent.
Yeah.
But I at this issue here, and I try to tell them, you know what I'm saying, I'm an issue by issue man myself. This issue here, I vehemently disagree with the choices that they made, and I wish they would have made different choices. I think it would be better if they would actually consult the grassroots, which I know Ursula talked to certain persons more often, and I'm just gonna say this. I think it would do them more justice if they actually consult with the grassroots people more frequently before making decisions, city-based decisions. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know, like you say, you feel like there's no hope for them, right?
No. See, because they're not standing on a constitution. So you don't have a constitution that you're standing on. You ain't standing on a righteous square, because you're not rooted spiritually and culturally. So you ain't standing on a square of ethics and morality. And then you don't know what the hell you're doing. So that's dangerous. That's dangerous. Incompetence to go along with spiritual and cultural bankruptcy, and then you ain't got a goddamn constitution, and you're a meritorious manumission Negro, meaning that you will sell out, you will go and report information to massa about the ongoings of grassroots revolutionaries. No, sir. No, the line was drawn. Yesterday, the line was drawn because you've already messed up with the Shanerica Fleming situation.
Ooh-wee.
You're already messed up with that. She's now suing the city of Shreveport, so that's going to cost the city hopefully over $1 million.
You better go with your move, my brother.
Okay.
I'm going.
So you've already made that error, and you're constantly rolling with Gary Brooks, who again is a professional at helping get people killed at his various establishments.
So let me ask you this. Are they rolling with Gary Brooks, or is Gary Brooks rolling with them?
No, they rolling with Gary Brooks. They rolling with Gary Brooks.
So he the head.
Because at the end of the day, you got 3 Republicans, 1 pretending to be a Democrat, and 2 Negro Democrats rolling with 3. So they rolling with them. Because at the end of the day, you ain't never going to see Grayson Boucher and them rolling with them on anything of substance. They placated the 50 cents deal because they're not bringing anything to the damn table. But at any point, to your point, they got to now pivot and go back to pandering to their base, who's a good so-called Christian evangelicals. That's what we're dealing with. Always remember, this is a game of human chess, not checkers, not tic-tac-toe, not jacks. This is human chess. And so you got to know how pawns move, rooks and bishops and knights, so that you can really strategize how you got to move. So when you don't have a philosophy, then you don't understand the rules of engagement of the game, your ass is always going to be a pawn.
So do we even have at this moment political power in your eyes on that city council?
No, we have some political advocacy as it relates to Tabitha and James. We have no political power. And once our people start to learn that skin pigmentation does not make you black, but your mind and your spirit is what makes you black or makes you a Negro, then you're going to know the difference between black African descendants and Negro African descendants. Black African descendants, mind, spirit, is about the business of liberating, empowering, uplifting, and advancing African descendants. The mindset of Negroes is about the preservation, protection, empowerment, and advancement of white supremacy. That's all they know.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Because, I want to be a little even-handed, fair-handed, if I can be. What do you think that Alan... I want to do them separately, though, because I see them as 2 separate entities. Like when I talk to... now I'm finna get kind of personable. Yeah. When I talk to Miss Bowman, I sense a real Queensboro person.
No, she ain't from Queensboro. She's from South Louisiana.
Okay. Well, I'll say this.
Let's get it straight.
Okay, well, I'll say this. I sense a hood girl who's grown up into a grown woman. You get what I'm saying? Like, she seems to be of the hood. I'll put it like that, right?
Yeah.
Now, when I talk to Alan Jackson, I sense a more person who's come from a more affluent black background, you know what I'm saying, of, education for whatever that word may mean.
That stayed in the hood.
For whatever that word may mean. I'm not even sure of that. But I said that to say, because when I talk to Miss Bowman, she always say this. She say, well, I do what I think is right. Now, people may disagree with me, you know what I'm saying, but I do at the end of the day, I do what I think is right. You know what I'm saying? Alan, he answers my phone when he do. So, I can't speak much to that. So, what do you think that both these two different questions? What do you think that Ursula would say in her defense on this issue, and what do you think Alan would say? Like, because from what I heard, like I say, I've heard security concerns. In my opinion, it makes little to no sense, but maybe they see it differently than I do.
What did I just get through telling you? Political theater. So let's break that down if it's a security concern. We're only talking about 30 to 50,000 people gonna be at this particular function in a 4-block area. How many people are participating in Marti Gras on those days? Over 100,000. Over 10 miles of terrain. 100,000 plus. Make it make sense.
Do you think that...
Make it make sense.
Okay. Do you think that one of the two, or one of the three, or two of the three, maybe they have a fear of black people? You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe they got... Know. Maybe they... Never when know. They see a crowd of white people, it don't bring security concern for them. But when they see a crowd of black people, for some reason that cause security concern for them.
So whose issue is that? That's the white folks' issue. You see? So, but they don't have any concerns with hundreds of thousands of white folks who are drunk. And like, who to say?
And on that cold stuff.
On a whole bunch of stuff. You see?
Ice.
The cold stuff.
Yeah. So make it make sense to me.
Well, white folks get sloppy drunk, fighting, whoop each other ass, and go home or go to jail. Black people
be out there hollering, woo!
Somebody getting shot.
Not all the time.
See, you the one. You part of the problem.
I'm part of the problem.
You down there pushing stereotypes.
I'm pushing the stereotype.
Talking about somebody get shot. White people get shot too at their events.
Yeah, they do. You're right. I ain't hating on that.
But I ain't gonna lie. I think what Ugly Man do is what a lot of people do. He talk with feelings.
What
you regurgitating stuff.
What I'm regurgitating?
Like a lot of things I don't coincide with the actual facts on the ground.
Oh, okay. I feel you.
Like because we, for one. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, we do what we do. Like, it's some violence that happens with us, but with certain events and stuff like that go on. Like, it don't happen to the manner that we play it up. Like, we have a lot of events that are majority black people, and I mean a lot in the city.
Yeah, and don't nothing be happening.
And nothing goes on. Now, we will equate hood violence, things that's happening in the hood. You see people, somebody getting shot on the street, or somebody then went to an event, they done caught them walking down, you know, where they done had gang violence and things like that. And we'll put that on something that, put that on an event that had absolutely nothing to do with it. I give you an example. When we had an event at the park, a big fella had an event at the park or whatever, and a shooting occurred far away, almost by, I think it was by consumers, if I'm not mistaken. Not one by consumers, it was by
Rite Aid.
Rite Aid. It was by Rite Aid. And they put that on the event at the park, but it had absolutely nothing to do with it. And a lot of times we do that a lot with black events.
Yeah.
We conflict different situations and just throw it on it, and then we all get a bad rap. You get what I'm saying? So like, I feel like a lot of times we have a lot of unjustified sense of fear when it comes to our events that most of the time turn out successfully.
True.
Okay, we got everybody now, I think.
Oh.
And that's I said that to speak to what I was saying with Ursula and Alan. In my belief, more Alan than Ursula. Like, he probably got a real fear
No, it has nothing.
Of a crowd of black people.
No, it has nothing to do with
How?
it.
When he had
They're just. I get it. You want to give them a benefit of a doubt. That's not what's going on.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
No,
I'm not even saying I believe this shit.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to, make an argument for them.
Hell no.
You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm just trying to make an argument for them. I ain't even saying I believe this shit I'm saying.
Yeah. No. That ain't what's going on. What's going on is that they have been given their orders by their white masters, and that's what they're doing, period. That's just the bottom line. That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's what's going on, period.
Well,
I know that's right.
well, shit.
I know that's right.
We gonna see how this goes. But yeah, though, I appreciate you coming on. You know what I'm saying, and speaking to what you feel like is going on in the city, and I can't say what a person's motivation is or isn't, but it looks real skeptical in my opinion. In my view, it don't look good. The arguments that were made didn't seem reasonable. And I look at it as it seems like a lot of oppression from both the Republicans on the city council and otherwise. I feel like if y'all want to continue to get grassroots support, then you have to deliver for the grassroots people.
Word.
And I ain't got nothing else to say, nothing about nothing.
Yeah, and I'll just say, Shreveport has lost the boardwalk because of the same issue of corruption and shakedowns. We lose all of these things because we don't have people who are advocating for Shreveport cattle. And again, when you don't have the intellectual capacity and you don't have the courage and you don't have the constitution, the fortitude to stand up to evil, you don't need to be in any kind of leadership position, because this is a goddamn war. And this ain't for the fake of heart. How many of you, as I close out, out of the three of y'all, have y'all seen the movie Sicario?
Yeah.
Did y'all ever see that movie?
Yeah, I seen it.
Okay. Batman said, y'all need to see that movie tonight. Find that movie tonight. At the end of that movie, this gleamy-eyed, law enforcement officer who had started, they put her on, they deceived her so she could work on detail with the CIA when they were trying to eradicate this one Mexican cartel to bring order back in the fold. So when she found out she was being used, she said, I'm gonna tell everybody. I'm gonna tell it all. And they said, no, you're not. Because you're gonna get dealt with. And so she, almost at the end of the movie, the Sicario is a Mexican for hitman. Mm-hmm. He shows up to tell her to sign this document to make sure that everything went by the book. She didn't want to sign it, so he put that gun up, that tool up to her face, says, sign it, I'm gonna blow your head off. So she signed it. So he dismantled the gun, and this is what he told her. He said, this is a game for wolves, and you ain't a wolf. Mm-hmm. Politics is a game for wolves.
And I don't mean to cut you out. That's what I was telling him. Like, when you hear it, like, when the most successful people and the people that reach the highest peak and the highest positions, they get their hands dirty. Like, you ain't gonna make it out clean. Like, when you trying to go to a certain level,
you can make it out clean by being an intellectual gangster.
Yeah.
See, you can be righteous warrior soldier and do the right thing, but you gotta have a team to do it with. If you ain't got a team to do it with, you're gonna get compromised. I've played this by the book for 29 years. That's why they fear me. They have nothing on me because there ain't nothing to get. I work for 3 entities: the creator, the ancestors, and the people. It makes it real simple. I don't have to lie to anybody. I don't have to figure, damn, what did I tell Rock? What did I tell who? What did I tell Pac-Man?
Yeah,
I don't have to figure that out. Because it's always gonna be the same goddamn thing. The truth. And when you can stand on the truth, then you ain't gotta worry about it. But what you find is most of these people don't work for the creator. They don't work for the ancestors, and they don't work for the people. So they're trying to present the image that they work for these entities. So that's why they have to lie. Then they got to come see me. I got to come see.
And they don't want to do that.
They don't want to do that. So now, today, I got to come see these 2 meritorious manumission Negroes. Why? Because I put too much goddamn work into helping to empower Shreveport and advance Shreveport. And now the creator has delivered a spark by the name of Orville Hall and Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. And if you think I'm gonna allow 2 Negroes who are taking marching orders from Massa to mess up something that is so blatantly discriminatory against this project, I got to come see it. It's that goddamn simple. And there ain't nothing else to talk about. Because I know your constitution is jiggable. You ain't standing on no solid ground. And if you go to the 82nd number of Psalms, verse 5, the scripture says, and the leaders are supposed to do this as relates to the people. They're supposed to lead the people against the unrighteous people. And it tells them why. It says, because they know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. See, the people don't know. The people are ignorant. The leaders are supposed to fight for the people in their blindness because they don't know. But when you now roll against the people, we got sicarios to come get you.
I know that, right?
I like the way you put that, Sicario. Yeah, look.
See, told y'all. We got it popping over here, man. Go hit the music, man. I want to thank y'all, man, for joining us. And my good friend, Mr. Craig Lee, who gonna always set you shit, you people straight. Black, white, orange, brown, don't matter. We gonna set you straight. This your boy PTB Ugly, man. I'm the myth, the legend, the voice of this great city of the ratchet Shreveport.
And it's your boy Nesto the Dunn, your favorite co-host.
Yeah, it's your boy Rob Rushan, you know what I'm saying? Big Motion City, man. We out.
This ain't my business, but I just know about it.